All right, so I was told that I need to share this story from the last couple days about bait. So, hello. If you don't know me, my name is Melinda Van Fleet. My husband and I own Good Karma Sport Fishing and Educational Programs. We have been in business for over 14 years here in the Florida Keys, and we have a shit ton of experience and a shit ton of stories. So, my husband is obsessed with bait. I think he likes bait more than fishing. I'm like laughing because it's actually kind of true. Bait's incredible. Bait, there's so many aspects. I can talk about bait all day long, and we're actually going to start bait programs within our community. So we have online courses and have had them since 2020 actually, so I've been around a bit. And I'm going to start claiming that more. I've done not such a great job personal power wise claiming my authority in this space. Yes, lesson there. And so my husband has a very booked schedule when the weather cooperates. Weather is the boss. And I could talk about weather all day long as well. And so could my husband. Hey, pups. And so we have lots of different bait suppliers and lots of different places we have to go get bait, and it's very nuanced and it's very complex, and it's a huge part of our business and logistics as well as financial. And so my husband has this really great high school guy who is delivering bait, and he happened to give us a little bit more bait, which was super nice, just kind of random. So 2 nights ago my husband was like, I need to get the bait from one marina to the other marina because we operate 2 vessels and they're at 2 different marinas. Both marinas are amazing and both vessels are amazing, just 2 different types of experiences. And we didn't have an aerator for the buckets to go from one marina to the other. Normally this isn't a thing that we have to worry about. And so my husband's stressing out. He's like, oh my gosh. And I'm like super calm because I know in my core frequency that it will work out for us. And this is how I help people. I help people get to this level. So my husband, he does very well, but this was a very stressful situation because of new clients and the expectation that these new clients were putting on my husband. So we deal with a lot of pressure in our business, extraordinary amount of pressure. So it is then my job to even amp up the frequency that everything works out in our favor and we will be fine. So as I was doing that, I'm like looking around the house. I'm like, is there anything that can kind of be an aerator? Like, what do I have? Like, what do I have as far as like beauty things? Like, what do I have that could be an aerator for buckets? And instead of me finding something, I had an intuitive drop to contact one of our other bait suppliers who we've known since, gosh, I don't even know, since we started. Consider him a brother, actually. And so I said something. I said, why don't we call him and see if we can borrow some of his? And he goes, oh, he's going to be really busy. So right away, my husband was resistance. And I'm like, okay, deep breath. So I take a deep breath and I go about and I'm like, something will come. And then all of a sudden it hit me again. Call so-and-so. I'm like, hey, I've got 2 intuition hits that we need to just call him. He's like, I don't want to bug him. Resistance. I'm like, nope, we need to call him. So he picks up the phone. And we're so grateful that our like a brother bait supplier picked up the phone, and because he is a really busy guy. And Ryan's like, hey, do you have like any aerators? You know, we borrowed one from you years ago. And this bait supplier's like, I actually don't anymore. I don't really do that, so I don't really have any aerators. And so Ryan's like, oh, okay. He goes, however, if you have enough buckets and divide out the baits to be only like 6 baits per bucket, they'll probably survive the 20-minute drive from one marina to the other. We have a lot of buckets. So we're like, thank you. That's like truly amazing. I think we can do this. So we got up even earlier. We got up at 1 a.m. instead of our new normal 2 a.m. to get to the farthest marina with all of our buckets, my car and my husband's car, filled all the buckets that we had up with water, put a certain amount of baits into each of the buckets, and drove to the other marina. The highlight of all of that is, as I was really good at doing set points, which is something I would share with someone in private coaching to really help them understand how this all can work. The one thing I didn't take into account, because again, the universe loves to give you little problems and little things that you got to deal with, nuances and complexities is what I'm reframing this all to be, is that when we got to the other boat, all the bait were good. We only lost a couple on the trip, but it was a lot of bait. So we had all these buckets, got them all in my car, out of Ryan's car, didn't spill any of the gross water anywhere from the ocean, and the live well wasn't working. Great. So now we have all these bait in all these buckets, and the live well's not working. And we're like, well, how does this happen? So again, deep breaths, everything works out for me. My husband's pretty stressed. Yeah, he's pretty stressed. So I again have to pull in extra energy to keep the groundedness that everything will work out and that a creative solution will come to my husband. So there's more things I think of and draw in behind the scenes. And again, that would be private coaching that I would teach someone. All of these little nuances that I've kind of picked up on as tips over the years. But what's so amazing is it worked. My things that I put out there as the thoughts, let's say, worked. And he came up with a creative solution and got the remaining bait, because we did lose some of that bait in those buckets, had to throw those away. But there was enough bait that then made it into Ryan's creative solution to make it through the charter yesterday perfectly. So if you really understand quantum mechanics in the universe, the amount of like incredible things that you can accomplish will blow your mind. You can either join my Patreon, Conscious Convergence, and start to pick up on some of these things. I do have free and small masterclass tickets. And then I have Sales Codes, which is a monthly online community. Or you can also check out my one-on-one options, melindavanvleet.com, on my Work Together page.